right, so here he is, Khabib Nurmagomedov. His future in all likelihood is in the UFC Hall of Fame, but his present is this fight right now, once again taking on a fellow top 10, 155.
And when you've done everything that Khabib has done, that's all you see, is the best the business has to offer. Yeah. And after the McGregor fight, his star shined more brightly than he ever could have imagined. I know how humble Khabib is. I know how much he loves to live in privacy. Right. I understand that, but when you beat a Conor McGregor in the way that he did, he became an international icon, and it shows as you watch him in his pursuits of just opportunities and everything. But nothing is available to Khabib if he does not take care of business in this octagon. And every time he steps foot there, he does exactly that. One of the most dominant fighters the UFC has ever seen.
Going into that Conor McGregor fight, UFC 229, October of 2018, had about 4 million Instagram followers. Yes. How about 15 million? You got some catching.
I mean, the next day, he was up to 10. It was unbelievable. That's what happens when you fight Conor McGregor, and you beat him.
Most lightweights say, top to bottom, the toughest matchup for them in this division is Khabib Nurmagomedov. We'll see how it goes for him tonight. All right, so here he is, the UFC featherweight king, Alexander Volkanovski. And we have truly run out of superlatives when it comes to talking about this man and his mixed martial arts acumen. There are 3 guys who can lay claim to being the greatest featherweight of all time, and yet Alex is kind of distancing himself from that pack.
It's crazy. It's crazy how good Alexander Volkanovski is. I mean, you always knew he could fight, but to see some of the performances as of late, see how he continues to evolve and get better even as the champion is really impressive, and it's a credit to him and all of his coaches, but mostly his mindset. I don't know if there's a guy in fighting that has a higher fight IQ than Alexander the Great. I just like to take note of what I'm experiencing every time this guy steps in the octagon, because it's always something special.
And certainly since he signed with the UFC all the way back in 2016, he has been a promotional workhorse. Strength of schedule as good as it gets, and of course, as he enters competition tonight, can lay claim to 4 combined wins over Jose Aldo and Max Holloway, greatest featherweight of all time. Our tale of the tape for this, our main event of the evening. All right, now for the particulars, he is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Khabib, the Eagle, Nurmagomedov! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the former UFC featherweight champion of the world, Alexander the Great Volkanovski!
Herb Dean, our referee for this one. He is undefeated. He is one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, and what a pain in the neck he is to fight. Khabib Nurmagomedov figures to go to the takedowns early and often here tonight, but if he needs to strike, we have seen a constant evolution when it comes to his striking. This is one of the best fighters in any division, and Khabib Nurmagomedov back at it tonight. Tags him with the straight. Nice job there by Volkanovski.
Great punch landed with so much power.
Ooh, looking to go to the leg kick here, just out of range.
Oh, nice takedown defense.
Oh, making this clinch work count. Lands the punch there. Oh, man, look how quickly he gets that foot to the target.
It's those leg kicks that's eating him alive.
Too easy. Khabib Nurmagomedov gets the early takedown. Opposition knew it was coming, unable to stop it as usual.
Well, he'll tell you. He'll tell you that he's going to take you down, and he has so many ways of getting to that takedown. He's as good as they come in terms of setting him up, and right away he gets to fight exactly where he needs it to be.
Trying to pass the guard here, but a nice job by the bottom fighter defensively.
Bottom fighter did a fantastic job of following with his hips, making sure he blocked any attempt to get past his guard.
Gonna try to take his opponents back here, and he does. Oh, great reversal to top position by Volkanovski. Just over 3 minutes to go.
Keep working and give me those elbows.
Big ground and pound. Beautiful transition.
Oh, reverses the position now. Outstanding work on the ground by Nurmagomedov. A lot of top pressure being applied here. All right, he's in a half-guard position here, DC, and in a good spot to dole out a lot of damage, I would think.
A lot of damage can be done from the half guard. You sit back on that leg, you press down into your opponent, you drop elbows, you drop punches. What is very key is you controlling the underhook on the far side. If you give up that underhook, your opponent can use the half guard to build up to an elbow, sweep, or just chase down a single leg.
Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work here by Nurmagomedov. Nicely done there as he forces the miss from his opponent. All right, so huge elbow. Under 2 minutes to go in a back-and-forth first round here.
Scramble and go! Scramble and go!
Good work. I'm standing up. Good work.
Continuing to stay busy here on the ground.
Beautiful ground strikes landed.
Oh, nice job to split his guard and get the ground strike home again. Man, this is some serious ground and pound here, DC. He's not just staying busy for the sake of staying busy. These strikes are doing damage.
Oh yeah, no pity pat to this guy. This guy's trying to land, and he's trying to land effective strikes. He's got to be careful here.
Lands the ground and pound strike here. Volkanovski's in half guard. All right, side control now. 15 seconds remain in the round.
Oh, nice. He's doing a really good job putting himself in position.
Horn sounds for the end of round one.
Hey, stop.
Great job last round. Same thing this round. Your ground control is unbelievable. I've never seen somebody with such control down there. Let's keep.
All right, that's the end of the round as we show you some of the highlights over those 5 minutes. Really a clinic when it comes to the ground and pound.
Yeah, man, this is what you're taught. When you're learning to become a ground and pound fighter, you want to do it exactly like he did. Gain posture, have height, control hands and wrists. Land strikes, don't throw too many, throw just enough, control, throw again, control. He did it
Ready to
perfect.
fight? Ready.
Here we are, early round two. All right, DC, here we go with our next round. And how about the ground and pound skills in the previous round? His opponent better make some adjustments or Mom's not going to recognize him.
You're funny. He's got no action to change this because this guy on top is so good with his pressure. He's not even controlling your body with his hand. And that's the detail that everybody's missing. He's sitting in that half guard, and his bottom half is securing his opponent. So his top half is moving. It's adjusting. He's posting his hand on his face.
Well, he's got his back now. Print the shirts. ground and pound. All right, he's got side control here, DC. You know, he's got a lot of different submissions in his arsenal once this fight gets to the ground. Khabib's in half guard.
That was nice. There it is. Now he's going to mount.
Well, the ground and pound is there once again. Strong work here by Nurmagomedov. Another ground and pound strike lands.
Gotta be careful here.
Oh, he's got the ground and pound going now. All right, side control now, DC. You know he's in his element on the ground. A lot of tricks up his sleeve.
A lot of tricks. That Darce choke is tight. Darce choke locked in. It's only a matter of time, but he cannot rush. He's got to control his opponent. So he's up.
Oh, submission defense on full display there.
He said that he was very aware of what this guy brought to the octagon, and it showed in that defense.
Oh, big shots from the top. And there it is, another strike on the ground gets through. Oh, these are some serious power punches from the top by Volkanovski. Ooh, right into side control, DC.
This is where you want to be now because you get to make your opponent decide. They try to turn back into you, you can attack guillotine. If they turn away to try to get to your knees, you throw your hooks in and you got all your rear choke submissions.
Nurmagomedov's back in full mount. Less than 2 minutes now to go in round two.
Look at that. Recognizing he's about to lose position.
All right, side control now. We'll see if he can advance position. All right, this position now, what we call the north-south. If you're the bottom fighter, what are you trying to do to get out of harm's way?
Man, it's tough on the bottom. It's very tough because everything hurts, right? It doesn't matter that they're not completely driving the shoulder in. It just everything. Referee help you here. Just as the referee will never take a guy out of mount, they will not take a guy off of your back. You have to get him out of this position.
Not there yet, but might get the submission here shortly. A lot of top pressure being applied here as he works out of side control. All right, so there it is again. He's been very efficient with his ground and pound striking game tonight.
And now they're starting to pile. He's starting to pile them together. Punch after punch is starting to land from the top position.
All right, so that opened up a cut around his eye area.
He hasn't moved his head.
He's having his way with him here. Good, solid strike on the ground. Oh, and there's another ground strike for good measure. Oh, and he locks up a triangle now. You set off the top. His go-to submission looks pretty tight to me.
Oh, and if he's got you in there, then you know that you're in a lot of trouble. He's starting to shift the arm across. If he gets it across, he's going to start pulling down on the head, really getting the squeeze and trying to get the submission victory. This is where he wants to be.
Khabib's got his back yet again. Final seconds here. Oh, Volkanovski's eye appears to be closing up by the second. Well, that combination's going to leave a mark. You see him getting top position, standing over his opponent, and delivering the ground strike. Nice job by Nurmagomedov.
Exactly that. Change up the strikes. The boxing looks great. The kickboxing down low looks awesome. And that head kick, that's a winner.
All right, let's get you some pictures from that previous round, DC. A lot of good work with the ground and pound strike.
Yeah, he was able to control posture, get himself postured up, land big ground and pound as he ended the round. What a great finish to a fantastic round.
Ready to fight? Ready.
Third round underway.
Ooh, what a punch.
Oh, and he lands another leg kick there. I have a novel idea. Maybe the opponent should try to check one of these.
He's got to try to check him, but he can't, John, because there's no windup. There's no tell. And when he feels his opponent is getting a beat on his leg kicks, he'll just pop a jab on. Get the hands up to block the face, blast the leg kick on the bottom. It's unbelievable to watch a guy that is so diverse and has such a great understanding of landing these leg kicks. That was a massive high kick.
Oh, well, why get away from it? Another huge kick lands. What a great sequence by him, mixing up his strikes and once again targeting that already damaged, swollen area upstairs.
That's exactly what he should do. You know, we are talking about a guy that is so talented, that is so disciplined, that when he can see swelling like that, he's going to continue to attack it.
Nurmagomedov's got him in a crucifix, going to work from the top now.
He's going after that cut over and over again, and every time he lands, the cut gets worse.
Outstanding ground and pound here. Somewhat of a lost art in MMA, at least in terms of making sure that every strike counts. Not an issue for him.
He's making every single one of them count. He is not pity-patting. He's not touching. Every punch that lands, he wants you to feel it.
Well, as many expected, his grappling has been very strong thus far. The takedowns, the ground...
Come on, Kimura now.
Oh, that Kimura looks tight. Oh, Kimura into the armbar now.
What a transition by this grappler.
Wow, somehow, some way he gets the arm out.
It looked like he was done, John, but he was able to stay comfortable, stay patient, and now he finds himself safe.
Volkanovski's cut on his cheek is nasty. Thank God these guys are tough, because that thing will not stop bleeding at this point in time. This is some exhausting work, man.
I mean, it is so tiring to be fighting in this way. So much wrestling, so much grappling, expending all this energy. Oh!
All right, DC, half guard position here. You've done a lot of good work in this spot in your career.
Oh, man, I love this position, and you see this fighter today loves it too. It is the most secure position in fighting. You get an underhook on one side, you keep a half guard on the other, and then you just go to work. It's the safest position, especially for a wrestler.
Work, guys, come on.
All right, operating inside the closed guard now. Well, pretty good work off of the bottom here by Volker. Well, this is getting hard to watch, and sometimes you hear us say a fighter is too tough for their own good. Anybody want to save this athlete?
Yeah, this is a classic case of that, where a guy is just too tough. He's not going to win this fight. He may as well throw in the towel. I mean, his corner can stop it, the referee can stop it, the doctor can stop it. Somebody needs to do something because this fight is over. Now he's going full mount.
Can't get it. Good awareness by the defensive fighter.
Just work, I'll stand this up. You need to work.
Really doing a nice job getting these shots home on the ground.
Yep, got to be very careful there.
Oh, heavy shots raining down. All right, half guard position here. We'll see what he can do with it. A lot of weapons at his disposal from this dominant position.
Oh, man. I feel for a wrestler, this is the most dominant position in all of fighting because wrestlers love control.
Right.
And to have your upper body free and your leg able to hold your opponent in position, it is like striking gold. Build your posture, throw your punches, big damage, but then always control the far side. Underhook, this is a great position for a top fighter.
Oh, Volkanovski's a bloody mess right now. I wouldn't be surprised to see this fight stop. At the very least, you got to think they're calling in the ringside position between rounds. All right, well, that's the end of the round, so the location is okay, the cut on the cheek, but that is some serious blood trickling out of that cut there. You got to think maybe at some point they call the doctor in, and if he doesn't like what he sees, maybe they stop this fight. All right, let us show you all that was done in terms of the damage in that previous round. He has got a huge gash on his cheek.
I mean, there was that shot right there. That one landed and opened him up. What a nasty combination thrown by his opponent. But this cut now is another issue to deal with. He's got one of the best fighters in front of him, and he's dealing with this cut on the cheek.
You ready to fight? You ready?
Fourth round, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. Nurmagomedov gets caught by that straight punch there. Shooting for the takedown here. Well, fortunate that one didn't land to the head. The hook shot blocked by Volkanovski.
Very active off of his back. Lands a beautiful strike from the bottom.
All right, rubber guard for him now, DC. We haven't seen you lean on this knee. Nurmagomedov's attempting a triangle here. Let's see if he can finish the deal.
Fight IQ on full display there. Recognizing he was losing the sub, elected to keep the dominant position.
Nice positional control here.
He is in a lot of danger now. His opponent has beaten him. He's battered him, and now he is wearing it. There's a ton of blood on his face.
Well, working pretty effectively from the top here. Nice ground and pound by Nurmagomedov. And there it is, another strike. Gets through on the ground.
Let's go! Get him off you! Get him off!
He's got to be careful here. Great defense by the defensive fighter.
Lands the ground and pound strike.
Another one. I mean, he cannot miss from the top position. He's putting him in exactly the positions he needs to be in right now. He's able to relax here. And he understands, being a veteran of so many fights, that as long as he's on top, he's winning. He feels like he's winning here.
Oh, Volkanovski's eye is essentially swollen shut at this point in time. I'm not so sure they're not going to step in, Daniel, and stop this fight right now. Hard to be a one-eyed fighter in a mixed martial arts set. Under 3 minutes to go in round 4. Setting up an arm bar now.
Arms in deep. Oh my goodness, I thought it was over. I thought this fight was over.
All right, he remains in pursuit of the submission, but the defense continues to hold up. I'm not sure he's going to be able to find a finish here.
In MMA today, guys are so well-rounded. They're so gifted. It's hard to just lock up a submission, but he continues to try. And in those efforts, he is giving himself a chance to win this fight. Oh, he's wobbling now.
All right, full guard now, DC. Nurmagomedov's got his head looking for a guillotine. Oh, that guillotine choke is tight.
Dude's in real danger now. He gets hit once again on that swollen area. You can see the ringside position starting to get a bit antsy. He may take a look.
Good work from the top here by Nurmagomedov.
Another ground and pound strike lands for this man. Watch the arm here.
Oh, that looks wicked tight.
It's getting tight now. He's advancing.
Takes his back now. Inside the closed guard now.
I mean, he went right into his full guard. What does he do to try to advance himself to give him more of an advantage on the mat?
The ground strikes continue to pile up. All right, so perhaps he's going to have to address something defensively. There is a legitimate cut around his eye.
Yeah, he got cut on the eye from that last strike. He's got to pay attention now before it gets worse.
Oh, he's got the Kimura position locked in now.
Great job maintaining position there. You never want to lose position to chase a submission.
15 seconds. All right, north-south position now. We'll see who transitions first. Buzzer sounds for the end of round 4.
Stop!
All right, the round is over. Gut check time for him now. You see the cut on his cheek has gotten really, really bad. And even though it's not affecting his vision, if it gets any worse, the doctor will be called in. And I can assure you, he's going to have no choice but to stop this fight. All right, back to the stools we go. And it's starting to look like a second mouth on his cheek.
Yeah, it looks terrible. I mean, the guy is getting hit with big shots. One big enough to open up a nasty cut on his cheek. While it's in a better spot, it still is very difficult to deal with.
Like if he absorbs another strike on that cheek, he might actually be able to eat through that cut on his cheek. I'm just saying.
He's got a big mouth.
Huge shot finds the target there.
Great shot lands. Now he's got to go find that follow-up attempt. The kill shot is what they call it to go and end the fight.
Both fighters throwing heat now. Lands a good combination. Well, you start to really worry about the wrestling, and there's that left hand from Khabib.
Underrated. I mean, it's a very underrated part of his game, his ability to stand and strike with anybody in the UFC.
So Khabib Nurmagomedov at his methodical best tonight and gets another takedown right there.
Khabib is one of those guys that will tell you what he's going to do, and he will go and he will do it. And right now, that's being...
Oh, what do we got here? Looks like an arm triangle attempt. Oh, real good submission attempt now. That one looks tight.
Inside control, you got a ton of options. He goes knees on belly.
Well, this fight's been pretty crazy thus far. Both guys doling out a lot of damage, and neither seems too bothered by it, but clearly both parties are hurt.
Both guys are hurt. Both guys are fighting beautifully. Both are showing a lot of heart right now in this fight. They're both doing amazing jobs. Let's see who gets the job done at the end of this game.
Landing strikes nicely here from top position.
Now, this is a position you don't see every day. They're in the north-south position now on the ground.
Side control now, DC. A lot of options at his disposal from here.
He pinned his arm. He's got him in a crucifix. Nice defense.
Khabib's back to the side control now.
He needs to try to get to a half guard at least. At minimum, try to go to half guard.
Ground and pound strike there now. Oh, another strike lands from the top.
I need you to move, scramble.
All right, just as we saw a few seconds ago, he finds the home for another ground and pound strike.
Beautiful punch lands there from inside the guard.
Fight back! Fight back!
Oh, good ground and pound here. Oh, he's going for a choke here. This could be tough.
That Darce choke is tight. He's up. What's the defense on this foot?
Under 2 minutes now to go in the fight. Well, we know you fans out there generally don't like premature stoppages, but I'm not sure this would be premature. I mean, his face is essentially shut closed at this point in the fight.
He's just been beat up. He's been outclassed. He's been outworked. He's been outsmarted. His opponent has just been better. He's been better in every aspect of fighting, and it's showing in all the swelling that is on his face.
Volkanovski's in half guard now. Side control now.
I need more elbows from the top.
Well, he grounded him, and now he's trying to pound him out. Great ground strikes here.
Oh, right into mount.
All right, half guard position for him here, and I can hear Dominic Cruz in the back of my head just screaming about underhooks somewhere.
Yeah, he loved, but he's right? He's so right in terms of if you're on your back in the half guard, one thing you can't be is flat on your back. You need to be up on an elbow.
Right.
You need to be half on the side, and you need to control the far side underhook. It is a battle for underhook when you're fighting in the half guard position on the back. Great job changing the position and getting that reversal.
15 seconds to go.
I'll stop this. You better fight back.
Great defense by this fighter.
Volkanovski's in half guard. Back and forth action right until the final horn. That one's going to hold up in the fight of the year conversation. All right, the official decision is in. It resides with the venerable Bruce
Buffer. The judges score cards for a decision. All three judges score this contest 50-45. For the winner by unanimous decision, Khabib the Eagle Nurmagomedov.
All right, so judges' scorecards needed. Not often the case when Khabib Nurmagomedov competes, but he gets it done by decision and keeps that O in the loss column.
And if you